Thanks for joining us. I've never driven 2 hours to meet two people that I've never seen before, so this is a new one. So let's start with that. Like, who am I talking to?
The Ashleys of TikTok. My name is, I go by Nicole, and
I'm Dylan.
Let's start with this. What do you guys do? Because I learned to know about you guys strictly by you talking about drinks with me. So I never knew, honestly, the whole story. So I'm interested in hearing about that. So I thought you guys just make jokes on TikTok, but it's definitely way more. So
Right.
why don't you guys tell me a little bit more about that?
you can lead the way.
All right, so at first, we just started our TikTok channel as just kind of, I would find funny sounds or like the super marriage tips guy and stuff that's like obviously bad advice, but just funny stuff like that, jokes, stand-up comedians, and I would just play them for her and catch her reaction to it. And TikTok started popping off. We were like, well, let's make an Instagram to link to it. And then that started doing pretty well. And we got a bunch of comments, messages, and stuff, as you can imagine. Hey, do y'all have an OF? And we were always like, no, absolutely not, like for a while.
Yeah.
And finally, we started talking about it, and we were like, look, man, like if this could pay rent, that's one bill we don't have. And so we just we discussed like what we would be comfortable with, what we wouldn't be comfortable with, like
Boundaries.
rules and boundaries.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we're married, and a lot of people get this impression that we're like in like the swinger lifestyle and stuff, and we're not. So
No.
we we just laid out like what we were comfortable with and not, and then we made the page, got it approved, and just kind of let our TikTok funnel to Instagram and funnel to OnlyFans, and then it got big enough to now like we just do this full time.
So OF means OnlyFans, I suppose.
Yes.
Well, first of all, I already screwed up my whole thing because before I ask a question, we were supposed to drink something, but I fucked it up already. Great start. So let's have a drink before I ask you the next question. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for coming out.
Oh, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was smooth. Yeah, that one was fine. Yeah, there wasn't really a big bite.
What happens on the OnlyFans? And what doesn't happen on the Only? So what? I guess what doesn't happen on the OnlyFans is out of the marriage. So you guys are
Right. Strictly just us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So why do people follow you?
We are very personable, I guess is the word.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we are very down to earth. We're not stuck up. We respond to everybody. They don't have to subscribe to our OnlyFans for us to respond to them. A bunch of them look at us as their friends. We have one guy, Benjamin, and sweet guy, love Benjamin. And whenever he's having a hard day, sometimes he just messages us, gets advice from us, and we're always there for him whenever, like, he's just having a bad day or whatever. So we always try to give back to our people. We're very loyal to them. And I know in December, whenever we finally hit 1 million followers on TikTok, we ended up giving $500 away to 5 people. Just to give back to our people and show them that we do love them and thank them for their support. Because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here.
No, I mean,
We would not be here at all.
No, and that's the next question because I want to know what you did before you stopped because you probably don't work anymore. Just this is an online business now. Is this the fake fireball? Yeah.
So this one should be good for me.
Yeah, okay.
That was really good.
Really?
hmm
Well, that's great. Anyway.
You didn't really like that one?
No, that's not my cup of tea for sure. Tell us what you guys used to do and also why this is what you choose to do.
I used to coach gymnastics. I coached gymnastics on and off for about 4 years. I stopped for about a year or so after I had my second baby. And then they kept begging me to come back and coach. They missed me. They needed another coach there. And me, I did gymnastics for 13 years, so it was just something that I absolutely loved. Definitely not for the weak. Very, very hard thing to coach because you get kids from all walks of life, different personalities, but still love it. Want to go and coach cheer right now, but, can't.
Free time.
No free time. I'm always busy. Yeah, that's what I did.
I was a firefighter for the last 3 years before we started doing this full time. A firefighter in advanced EMT. So I rode an ambulance. But I was working anywhere from 96 to 120 hours a week, 24-hour shifts. So yeah, when this got big enough to where it could support us, well, more than support us, um, I came home to my kids and wife. I was tired of being gone all the time. But yeah, like the reason that we do this, because we actually get asked that a lot,
Yeah.
especially, we've got 2 kids and everything. They're like, why do y'all do this? They're going to see this one day or find out, or their friends are going to find out when they get older. But we do this because, like, I grew up poor. I've been working since I was like 12 years old, started working with my dad. Like, I grew up, worked for everything, and my parents always supported everything I did. They were always there, but like we definitely didn't grow up where like I just had the money to do whatever. I watched them bust their ass, and we ate chicken leg quarters every night of the week because they were 99 cents a pound and stuff like that. And I mean, now like this has given us the opportunity to provide a future for our kids that we never had. Like we wouldn't be able to afford for our 7-year-old to do competitive cheer like she does year round without this. Not off of a firefighter salary.
Mm-mm. We're obviously not wanting to do this forever because, I mean, she's going to get older. She's going to see stuff, or people's going to ask her about it. Right now, we just want to make it to where we can make investments and replace the money with other money, so that way we don't have to do it forever, because this social media, it can be taken away from you in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And everything can just be gone in a blink of an eye. And we want to secure what we have, and we want to secure our future.
What would happen if your daughter would decide to venture out of, obviously when she's older, like let's not talk about minus 18, that's not a good idea. So what would you think in both scenarios, say if you weren't where you are right now and you hadn't done well for her to actually be in a position where she doesn't have to like change a career path for some reasons, would you support her, or would you try to tell her like, hey, it's like real tough on you and I got to deal with a lot of shit, like the internet's a wild place.
Yeah.
So what would be, I guess, while we drink, the third thing, what would be your parental advice?
Is it good? Ooh,
No, it is not good. It's like salted caramel.
it's not bad.
She's gonna hate the shit that we like.
It's not that bad. We're just like a few sips.
Like if our daughters are grown and they're adults, I would hope that they would do it the same way that we did. Not that I think we're better or worse than anybody else, but I would hope that they were with a long-term partner and not out there just sleeping around with whoever to make content. Like,
Yeah.
but at the same time, they're grown at that point. I'm gonna raise them the best I can, and I've got to trust their decisions. After that, I'd still always be right there if they needed me, and I'd be right there to make sure that Daddy took care of whatever business need to be taken care of if it came down to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, like the goal is that they'll never feel like they even need to take the route that we've taken, because we have set up their future in a way that they never have to worry about anything. They could do whatever it is that they love to do and not have to worry about money. Like I feel like that's every parent's goal, though, is for their kid to do better than them. So hopefully they could just choose something that they love, and they can do that, and they won't have to worry about how much money they make at it, because that's already taken care of for them.
I kind of want to know how the conversation went when you guys sat down. You were obviously already partners.
Right.
It's not like you guys both had a social media following and
Yeah.
everybody's like, you guys should do this?
Right.
Like, so you guys were together, both working a job, sat down at a table. Who's the instigator, or how does this conversation go?
So he's the one that was like, "Oh, I think we should do this. I feel like we can do good at this. I feel like we can make money at this. We should just give a go at it and see how it goes. If it doesn't go well, then we can stop, do and just go back to our normal lives." I was freaked out. I was nervous. I was scared because you're putting yourself out there. And I was always brought up, keep your name clean, you have a reputation to uphold. But in today's society, like, anything goes. So people really don't care anymore. And it is what it is. So it took me a while to be okay with it. And even then, I was still like, I can't do this. I can't do this. God's going to hate me. I'm just like awful for this. But now, like with our following, the money that we make and everything, I wouldn't look back.
I think the most money either of us had like individually made before doing this was right at like 50 grand in a year.
Oh, I've never made that.
It was like 40 something thousand.
But together, probably, yeah.
I hate for it to sound like we're just like trying to money grab, because our page is actually no pay-per-view. So like, when you
Yeah.
subscribe to it, everything's posted to the wall, even full-length videos.
Yeah.
You never have to pay extra for anything. You subscribe and you get everything, which is very unique on OnlyFans. Most time you pay your $12 a month subscription or whatever their
Or
price
5
is,
or-
and all you really get is a little bit raunchier Instagram photos on the wall. And then if you actually want like full nudity or videos or anything, it's all in your DMs, and it's behind a paywall. Every individual thing is behind a paywall, which we could do
Yeah.
and probably make more money.
hmm We've
But
had
we
multiple.
built our entire brand
Yeah.
around being a no pay-per-view page and actually responding to messages and being real people. We don't look at ourselves as porn stars. We're just normal people.
We're famous. A lot of
We're-
people are like, "Oh, y'all are famous." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm just a normal person."
We're just a married couple that got lucky. That's it.
Yeah.
And like, we're grateful for the people that follow us, and so we try to show that. Like, I don't want to milk you dry out of every dollar that you've got. You work hard for your money. So like,
We've
we're just
had-
thankful that they're there.
We've had a lot of management companies approach us, and one of the guys, he tried to get a little, like, I think he got offended, to be honest. I don't know, but he was getting a little angry,
we said
because
no.
they've all wanted to change our page into a pay-per-view and change everything, and I'm like, okay, I'm scared to do that because our people come back. Some of the people that are on our page, it's their last dollar that they have that they're giving to us. And I'm grateful for that. I don't want them to give their last dollar to us. I want them to keep that for themselves. But if that's what they want to do with their money, then that's their choice. But we've always stayed true and told everybody, like, no, we're not doing pay-per-view. We're not fixing to milk people dry, because we know what it feels like to be broke. We know what it feels like to struggle, to not be able to afford sometimes even groceries. So we try to stay true, yeah.
We'll get messages every now and then, and like, hey, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to hang around next month. It's just not in the budget, all this kind of stuff. And we'll respond. Like, we don't respond with like some salesy thing trying to like talk them into staying. We'll respond with like, hey, we're grateful that you were here. Hopefully in the future, like, you find your way back to us. Thank you so much for being here and supporting, like, while you were here.
And that's an interesting side of OnlyFans that I've never thought about, honestly, because when I hear OnlyFans, when people hear OnlyFans, it's just like, oh, that's where people go to pay for porn for some reason. But it's interesting that you actually build a community there.
Yeah.
On that note, do you feel, first of all, do you have friends that are like, hey, I subscribe to your page and now we watch, you don't
no.
see?
don't know, don't want to know.
Exactly.
Because then it makes the whole thing awkward.
Oh yeah,
Like the next time I see you, I'm just like,
exactly. That's
I
what
mean, our family knows. They ended up finding out last year. No.
How did that conversation go?
Oh, it was.
Let's have a drink while we talk about
Yeah,
that.
we need a drink. This is Jaeger. This is Jaeger.
Cheers.
Oh, you're not going to cheers me? Okay. Oh, Lord.
Not a big fan. I like it. I do like it.
Not that bad.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. So yeah, family.
A friend of some of our family apparently found our Twitter and started screenshotting it, sending it to some family members. Couldn't have been a worse family member to find out first.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly.
And this is whenever
And
OF was talking about cutting off
content.
adult content and banning that. Yes.
Yeah,
it was
so that a
October.
conversation. There was backlash
of-
from credit card companies and stuff.
It was October of 2021. Yep.
Mhm.
And we were scared to death. We opened up a Fansly and they have different tiers. So people could go and whatever tier we had open for public, they could screenshot and they did. So it was a lot of stuff.
So leaks basically caused our family to find out, and obviously family members that were not our parents and stuff. We're going to hell. We sold our souls to the devil. Like all this stuff. We're from South Georgia, so yeah.
The Bible Belt, yeah.
And I was like, look, man, like, y'all ain't paying our bills, so we're gonna do what we do. If y'all want to disown us, like it is what it is. My dad, his basic comment was, "Man, I was born at the wrong time," and it's like we're really open, especially with my parents, about like how much we make and stuff like that. I mean, we don't really like discuss what we do because it's just everybody knows, and we just kind of don't talk about it.
Yeah.
And
It's not something you want to just sit down and talk about at dinner.
my mom was she was disappointed,
Yeah.
I guess, at first. I still don't think she likes it, but she sees that we're taking care of our kids. She sees that everything, like, we're living a way better life than what we were. We're not struggling. We're not like
We're
a lot
buying a
happier.
house.
Like we're way happier than we've ever been. And I mean, I don't care what anybody says about money don't buy happiness. Like, that is true. It won't make you happy, but it makes everything else in your life a lot easier. It takes away that financial
Absolutely.
stress,
Yeah.
and that makes it easier to live a happy life. So, yeah, like she was disappointed at first, but like she understands, and she's supportive of whatever as long as we're good. So, as long as her grandbabies are good.
Yep.
Well, that you got lucky. I think some people would be a little more close-minded and make it really hard for you.
We definitely still have one in his family that still gives the stink eye and has her nose up and
Yeah.
thinks she's God's child. But it is what it is. And then my dad, he just found out because, well, my aunt, after we bought the Corvette, went and told them. It was very hard to look him in the eye for a long time or to even be around him because, well, that's my daddy.
Yeah.
Even though we're not like super close, it's still awkward.
Yeah. It's tough.
So, yeah. And then, so we've been going to marriage counseling for almost 2 years now. And our marriage counselor knew nothing about it. Somebody kept making fake TikTok pages and taking pictures from my old Instagram and posting it on that TikTok. And, well, we can't go on that TikTok and block people. So he called us one day and was like, yeah, we need to have a talk. And I was like, oh, my God, I think he found out. I was sweating. I was a nervous wreck. And he was like, don't y'all think you need to tell me everything? And we looked and we were like, no, this does not affect our marriage in any way. If anything, it makes it better because, well, I mean, in typical marriages, women tell men no about, having sex after having kids because their libido is basically gone. Well, I can't do that.
on that note, is there your demographic who follows you? Do you have conversations maybe with women who had kids about like doing this after you had kids and all that stuff? No, not really.
So it's just mainly men that follow us.
Shocker.
Yeah. And we have a few women on there. I do have, yeah, I have had a few guys on mainly the IG, get on there and be really ugly to me because I have stretch marks, I have loose skin. I have now recently lost 10 to 15 pounds. They're just mean. So, but there's nothing I can do about it. And there's the few women that are on there and that see comments like that, they'll they'll say something back to them. So, which I'm grateful for. At least we're sticking up for each other. But
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. During the new year, you posted a picture on Instagram and you said, in 2023, I want to be a published model.
yeah,
Why is that if you're doing so well on OnlyFans, why is that a goal you set for yourself?
I've
Let's
always
let's have the worst drink
Okay.
before we
the worst.
this is bad.
Oh, yeah, it burns your nose hairs.
Yeah, it's not good.
Ooh, Lord,
Smells and tastes like rubbing alcohol.
it is
It's not
awful.
going away.
If you ever come home with that, I'm throwing it away.
Please do.
But so since I was a kid, probably my early teens, I had somebody that I knew that she became a model. I just liked the way it looked. So this is a little history of me. I wasn't always a good-looking person. And I'm not trying to be conceited about that at all. I don't think people say I don't see what other people see. So, but I was an ugly child. You can ask him. I was definitely,
One of her school teachers described her as homely.
yes,
What does that mean?
to my face that I was ugly.
She was
She didn't
rough
even,
looking.
she did not recognize me because I had grown up so much. And she was like, I was like, do you remember me? She said, mm-mm. I said, oh, okay. Models are always very pretty. They have gorgeous bodies. I actually didn't, I bloomed late in life, so I got picked on for being flat-chested. And it's just something I've always wanted to do because felt like, it would make me feel good about myself. And honestly, whenever, like, we've done a few photo shoots now, our recent photographer, our last one was yesterday, but we've got pictures back from her from our photo shoot in December, and I, like, cried looking at those pictures because I was like, oh my God, that's me. I look so pretty. Like, I was like, I can't even believe that that's me. That don't look like me. I don't feel like that looks like me because I don't perceive myself as that. So, I mean, I've already been in Maxim, is it? Maxi magazines
and Uncovered magazine.
and Uncover. I've been in Maxi twice, haven't I?
At Maxie, so she got a cover and
Oh, yeah.
a spread on the inside, and then Uncovered, she got a spread on the inside.
Does that count, or are we aiming higher?
Aiming a little higher now. I want to do, because they're not as recognized magazines as, like, what's a typical magazine that you see on the shelves? The ones that you see at, like, a doctor's office or at the grocery store.
Yeah.
Just, which I know the type of stuff that we do, that's not going to be in there.
Yeah. It doesn't have
So,
to be,
yeah, with what we do, we have to kind of, we can't really go and be like, okay, let's be the model for a health brand or something, because we don't do that.
Yeah.
So now I just want to work with like a lingerie company,
Yeah.
um, and do something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just feel like it would be fun, an experience.
Yeah. I mean, I hope it works out. I'm pretty sure it will.
Yeah.
Do you have any of those things you'd like see as this is what I want to do? Do you want to be in a muscles and man? Do you want to be a published model?
If something like that comes my way, like sure, but I'm mainly just here to try to help her get to where she's trying to be. I'm a prop for the photo shoot. That's it. I'm just the guy that happens to be lucky enough to get to be there. So that's I try to be the brains behind the operation and handle all of the logistics and stuff for her, so that all she's got to do is show up and look pretty. And she does that very well. So
So let's drink first.
Okay. This is the last one. Right?
Yeah. Cheers.
How's that one?
I like it.
Okay.
You're gonna like it
then
too.
I
You
might not
said you
like
like
it.
smoke. No, not so much. You're not gonna like it.
Ooh.
No.
Oh, I taste the smoke in it for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Cats or dogs?
dogs.
Dogs.
You guys have a dog?
Me too.
2 dogs. That was easy. The Beatles or the Rolling Stones?
If I had to choose, the Beatles. Honestly, neither.
I can't even like think of any of their music that comes to mind because,
Well, Mick Jagger was
We
kind
don't
of
really-
a sex symbol in his time.
oh, that's true.
Brown Sugar, Satisfaction.
That's true.
If
I don't know bands like that.
Yeah, I mean, if I would have
So
taken a bet,
I would just Rolling Stones,
Yeah.
sure.
that's the magazine you got to be on the front cover.
Okay, okay, okay.
Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings?
You can go.
Lord of the Rings.
Yes, absolutely. Lord of the
Game of
Rings.
Thrones, I only watched the last season. I never even watched it leading up to that. The last season was hot garbage. Apparently, the actual fans of the show also thought it was garbage. So, I was right there with them. Everybody, we watched it with my sister and my brother-in-law. We were all living together at the time, and
It was a good movie.
they were
Or a
like, you're
good
not
show,
gonna
yeah.
be able to. You haven't watched any of the other stuff. You won't understand it. You
Yeah.
won't really be able to know what's going on. And I was like, within a few episodes, I was like, all right, I've got the backstory of what has
Yeah.
happened so far. That was pretty easy to figure out. It's got some funny moments in it and stuff. But Peter Dinklage or whatever the hell his name is, the short guy. Yeah, he's funny in it. But yeah, Lord of the Rings, that was some of the greatest movies ever made.
Yeah, those were good.
Ketchup or mayonnaise? For multiple reasons.
Mayonnaise.
Yeah, mayo. I'm really not big on ketchup. I like ketchup on French fries, and that's about it.
Yeah, I
Or
get bullied a lot because I
together.
love mayo. Oh yeah, we in Belgium we call it cocktail sauce.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's it called here? What do they call it? No, on the bottle. Yeah.
Mayo what?
Mm,
Mayo chop?
yep. Already mixed up.
Damn.
Yep.
That's good to know. Yeah. No, I got a lot of it. I got a lot of problems putting mayo on everything I eat.
That's his dad. Literally that and peanut butter. It's the weirdest
On the
thing.
same thing?
Ew.
My dad will, in a bowl,
Peanut butter,
mix together peanut butter,
jelly,
jelly, and mayonnaise. Just mix them together and just eat it.
It's
Not on anything. A spoon.
just, yeah.
I'm sure he could start an OnlyFans doing that. A lot of people would watch that.
Probably so. Probably.
There we go. I'll take 10% as his agent. Brad Pitt or Leonardo DiCaprio?
As an actor or as being good looking? People talk about both of them for
Multiple reasons.
yeah. On the whole, I would take Brad Pitt. Like if I had to get rid of one and all of their movies, I would get rid of Leo. Probably. There's too many Brad Pitt movies that I really like.
I like Brad Pitt.
Legends of the Fall.
Yeah.
You ever seen that?
It's a good movie.
Obviously Troy. I love like Greek mythology and stuff. The sleeve. And Yeah, so Troy was like one of my favorite movies. But Legends of the Fall is actually where, if she ever does give me a son, that's where his name came from. It was
Tristan.
Brad Pitt's character in Legends of the Fall, Tristan. So,
Yep. But this one will not be having another baby. Sorry.
You never know.
I'm not trying to push a third girl. Because right now it's not looking like it's gonna be in the cards for a
Yeah.
boy.
No. The last one, whipped cream or Cholula?
What is Cholula? It's
Hot
like hot
sauce.
sauce. Oh, whipped cream all
Or
day.
let's make it harder, whipped cream or the guava sauce from the cheese thing you just had.
The guava sauce. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, that's delicious.
And that's going to be featured on the OnlyFans later.
I don't know. I don't want to waste it.
oh, that's amazing.
Well, I want to thank you for doing this. This came up to be very easy, like just chatting on Instagram, and I just love it, and I just love good people, and I want to thank you for doing this, because this literally has nothing. This is the first ever podcast, so
Awesome.
I'm very honored you guys took the time in your weekend to get me here.
For sure.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, thank you for inviting us to do it. It was a pleasure. It was really cool to finally get to meet you.
Meet you. Yeah.
We've talked so much months now back and forth on Instagram. So, yeah, we appreciate you just reaching out and letting us do it, especially with it being the first one.